UN numbers for 2017 show 1 in every 110 people are displaced. That is more than 68 million people who've run away from conflict or persecution. Around a third of them are refugees who've escaped their own countries. Many are Palestinians. Most of the others are from Syria, Afghanistan, South Sudan, Somalia, and Myanmar. 720,000 Rohingya are living in Bangladesh camps after escaping the violence in Myanmar. And life in those camps, it's particularly hard on young women and girls. The humanitarian organization Plan International interviewed 300 girls aged between 10 and 19 and found out that many are kept inside the tents, with 75% saying that they have no ability to make decisions about their lives. And despite wanting an education, only 28% attend school. Now, Orla Murphy is the Bangladesh country director with Plan International, and they've just released a report on Rohingya girls. She joins me live from Dhaka. And Orla, thank you for joining us, and thank you for releasing such an important report, because girls are so often overlooked in humanitarian responses. Could you share with us what you discovered? What are the unique needs of Rohingya girls in crisis?
Thanks, Christy. I mean, as you said, in April, we conducted a survey with 300 girls, and it was the first time that we comprehensively sort of asked, as a humanitarian or sort of community, what are their priorities? And what they told us was that they have agency, they want to make decisions, they want to be involved in the design of programs, the priorities, the delivery, and the evaluation. What we heard as their sort of number one priority was access to education. That was younger girls in the age 10 to 14 group and older girls age 15 to 19. One of the barriers at the moment is their mobility. Another barrier is just the provision of services, so supply and demand. The girls told us that they feel much safer in Bangladesh. They still feel incredibly hopeful about their future. We haven't yet reached that 1 year mark of the 25th of August when this exodus happened. But I think what we have heard is how important it is for them to be heard. And we need to look at creative ways, as they have limited movement, to hear that voice. We need to look at creative ways to finding spaces where they can come together. We need to find creative ways for delivering intervention. So one of the things that Plan International is doing is we've just started a new education program, and there are the establishments of learning centres, so structures like schools that children all over the world would go to. But also a mobile element. So teachers going to spaces where young girls can feel safe and they can access, and they don't have to move far from their homes, or maybe it will be in the homes of some of these girls.
And that's what they want, so because important. They want, as you said, they want safety and security, they want access to education, they also want agency, a feeling of being involved. But you said something there that was really, that got my attention at the top, that they were not a priority. So when you interviewed these girls to take part in this research, were they surprised that you were even interested in what they had to say?
I don't think they were surprised, that they were just grateful that somebody had asked them, that they weren't clumped together with women and children or women and girls. What we saw before was priorities being identified: health, psychosocial support, education, but for them, education was the top. So it's really that affirmation that what are their priorities, and them saying there are spaces where they feel that they can play an active role, and they want to. And that's really our call to all of the humanitarian actors and to Plan International, that we have to involve girls in every stage, and stages that involve decisions about their lives now and as we move forward. We do know this is a protracted crisis. While the current the population at the moment arrived from the 25th of August of last year, there has been a challenging situation in Myanmar, in North Rakhine, since 2012. With this
and
most
absolutely,
recent
they
wave
need to be,
conflict.
as you said, part of just the participation, part of the planning process. And thank you so much for raising this issue and highlighting just the plight of Rohingya girls and teenage young women on this World Refugee Day. Orla Murphy of Plan International joining me live from Dhaka. Thank you and take care.